Hi, greetings of peace. I am Dr. Zayd Abdul-Karim, Dr. Z, greeting you in light, love, peace, and harmony. And for those who don't know me yet, I just want you to know we're on a mission from God. We're on a spiritual vision to help end the suffering from the fear-based living that so many of our people are living with, and helping us to move into being and living with unconditional love while fulfilling our greater human potential and power. And I serve to help African American women and men, business leaders, who are ready for more, who want to come out of the shadows of frustration and overwhelm and sacrifice to have more freedom and to make their purpose-filled business come true, the business and life that you really deserve, with the unshakable clarity and courage to make your money impact and fulfillment goals come true. And if that's you, if you're ready to get unstuck, if you're ready, if you got that voice inside of you as saying you have more to give and be and do in this world, then I want to have a conversation with you. I want to share with you for a few minutes some of the things that I found to be true about the experiences of these men and women who are really championing, really powerful, but haven't been able to reach that power fully yet. And intention here is to give you some tips on how you can get from that place of being frustrated, thinking you're not as far along as you think you should be, to building the business and life of your dreams and making the impact that you want and fulfilling your legacy. What I found is that many emerging people of color, entrepreneurs, women, business owners, they feel stuck. They're frustrated that they're not as far along as they think they should be. And what's crazy is that they know what they should be doing to grow their business and their life, but they aren't doing it. And every day they spend in inaction or procrastination is a day that they waste building their legacy. They know they should be putting themselves out there. They know they should be making the sales calls. They know they should be getting clear on their messaging and marketing. They know that they should be doing the fundamentals to grow their business, and they aren't doing it. Sometimes pretending that everything is okay when they really need some support. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? If you do, type support in the chat for me. And because of this, you're feeling overwhelmed and unsupported and constantly doubting their abilities to make a change that will allow them to live a more fulfilling life and better take care of their families. I mean, really, that's why we got into business in the first place. To live a more fulfilling life, live more freedom, and to take care of our families. But it's not just about the money. It's not just to make an impact. It's to live a fulfilling life. It gives us peace of mind and feeling of safety and security. It's to use business as a vehicle to provide for the people that we care about and to give them the lives that perhaps we didn't have when we were growing up. And what these business leaders find or really want is a business and a life that gives them what I call soul satisfaction. Don't you want soul satisfaction? Especially in the times that we're living in, where people can't get any kind of satisfaction. You know, we want that type of business that lights you up, that feels good deep down in your soul and in your heart and in your spirit. Y'all know what I'm talking about? If so, put some likes, some hearts, make some comments. Don't you want to prove to your children and to other African American women, men, that if I can do it, you can do it too? I'm trying to prove that for sure, because we've been able to generate in the last 3 months in business almost what we generated all of last year. So something's going on here. And I want to share with you what we found is to be the number one secret that's going to unlock you being able to live more of your potential in business and life. I know you don't want to necessarily become multimillionaires or thought leaders, but you want to feel like you're getting paid for your worth. If you're in that corporate job, right? Being devalued, microaggressions. Don't you want to get paid what you're worth? Don't you want to make a difference in the world and spend your time making an impact on others? And that's something that we've not been taught as African Americans or as people in general. It's not just a racial thing. This is all people. Something that we don't get working a 9 to 5 in corporate America because we're working for somebody else's dream. And there's always a cap on the amount of money that we can make and a cap on the impact that we can create. Despite all the gifts that you have, the experiences, the knowledge, the ability to help other people. But when you are neglecting that and not playing full out in your own business, whether you starting up or you're reinventing yourself or you've got an established business, if we're not playing full out, then you're not being paid what you're really worth. And they put you in a box in these jobs to serve their dreams, not yours. It's true, isn't it? So for example, some of you may be in your own private practice or be leaders in corporate jobs, but feeling stuck in the corporate net of selfishness and toxic environments. But Spirit is calling you to start a business on the side or grow the one that you already have. But you think the problem is that you don't have the skills, the experience, or the connections to make your business work. You don't believe there's enough time in the day for you to prioritize the growth of your business, prioritize your personal well-being, and taking care of your families. You also think that because you're an African American or a person of color, business owner, entrepreneur, that you won't be taken seriously or have a significant uphill battle to face to see the growth and impact that you desire. And we're here to tell you that all of that is false. But you end up becoming hoarders of knowledge and information that you never use. You never implement it. You take more programs and courses. Look, I know what I'm talking about because that's been me for the longest time until I run into this secret that we're going to share with you today. Read more books, take more programs, take more courses, do more research. Continue adding things to your to-do list that should get you the results that you want, but you don't actually do anything with the information that you learn. We were taught that knowledge is power, but that's not true. Knowledge is only power when you apply it, and this is the biggest problem in the world. We have enough knowledge. We got the internet. One touch of a button, and you got more information about one subject than you can assimilate in a lifetime. So having the knowledge, hoarding it, not using it, your life and business loses its momentum. It plateaus. And it seems like you just are living that movie Groundhog Day like Bill Murray over and over and over again. Same thing. Anybody experiencing that? Well, thank you. When you do, you second guess yourself even more and you question whether or not you'll ever make the progress, earn the income, or make the impact that deep down in your heart and soul you know you're capable of making. It's like you're constantly listening to your own broken record that's questioning whether you're good enough and wondering if maybe you're just one piece of information, just one magic strategy, just one more day away from everything changing for yourself. One client told me, actually she was a prospect, she never became a client, but she said, I'm not doing anything to create avenues for money to flow to me. I'm waiting for the fears to deactivate on their own. And I guess she's still waiting. because we know we want more, but sometimes don't take advantage of what's in front of us. You know, I believe that this universe is friendly, and I believe that infinite intelligence brings us what we want in the best timing, even though it might not be the most convenient time for us. And so what I know is when we show up, I know that if you're listening to this, that there's some questions that you've been asking that you want answers to. And is it possible that there may be some answers here, or at least a direction for you to get some answers? Yes, it's highly possible, because spirit is one and we're all connected and nothing is happening by accident. But the real problem is that you've got the employee's mindset of trading your time for dollars. In fact, I'll say it even stronger. You've got the mentality of being a slave and the impact of slavery on us. Not being owners, not being creators, not having the opportunities to excel, always stuck in somebody else's box. Well, that's what corporate life is nowadays. And working for the, quote, slave master, unquote, taking what they give you to pay your bills, taking what they allow you to go on vacation, you may have a few dollars in the bank, you can buy a nice car, but that's settling for way less than your potential and your power as a human being. Or the employee mindset where you're waiting for instructions from the supervisor, or you're waiting for someone to give you permission to bust out of being stuck and bust out of your limiting beliefs and behaviors. Well, if you need permission, then I'm going to give you permission right now to be your brilliant, powerful, badass self that you are. The truth is, you haven't learned how to trust or even empower yourself enough, nor have you developed the unshakable confidence needed to take the risk to go all in on your business and your life dream. You know you've got everything to succeed, but you don't know how to put it all together. You don't know how to put all the pieces together and make it work for you. And we love you enough to say that you need to get out of your own way and realize just how powerful you are, and learn how to harness that inner passion, purpose, and motivation, inspiration even, to take action and celebrate your progress, piece by piece, until eventually you start reaching your personal and professional goals, and you reach a point where you no longer recognize yourself in the mirror in the best possible way, because you're finally on the path that God has called you to step into. What you really need to do is realize that 80% of your success is mindset, and that you don't need any more strategies or information. I realized that last year, and it's changed my business and my life. You need to realize that what you're missing is accountability and support, and to stop trying to figure it out on your own and get the push, sometimes in the form of hand holding, sometimes in the form of kicking you in the behind, to take the right action on the things that you say you want. And you need a system. I met with someone last week. They got some situations, and we have some solutions, and they agreed we have some solutions for them. But then they're stalling on taking the action for what it is that they say they want, for some type of fear. And what I'm saying to you is, you need a system to follow that's going to give you clear directions so that you can start seeing some momentum in your business and your life. Something where every day you can check off a box and see that you've accomplished something. Something that's simple to implement and it's repeatable. Only when you realize that the best investment you can possibly make is investment in yourself, continually, and get the support and accountability you need to succeed, Will you build the business, live the life, love the life that you have, and find that soul satisfaction you so desperately crave and deserve? So if you believe what you heard is the truth and you're ready for more, then leave a comment in the chat. Type the word call, C-A-L-L, or you can direct message me and I'll reach out to you so we can have a 30-minute conversation about what you want, where you might be stuck, and show you what's required to transform your life. If you're serious about reaching more of your potential and power, type call in the chat or direct message me. I'll send you an application to see if you're a good candidate to work with Dr. Z, or a good candidate for one of our transformational programs. We are running one right now. We've got another one coming up next quarter. So there'll be questions about what's going on in your business and your life. And the team and I will review your application. If you're qualified, we'll keep your application on the calendar. If you're not qualified, you'll be notified that your application has been canceled. And if you make it past the screening process, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through these 3 things. Number 1, look at what you have going on. What's going on right now in your life? Look at where the holes or gaps might be, where there's a breakdown. That's the second. And number 3, start to map out what's the next steps for the breakthrough that you want and deserve. And I'm going to give you that plan for that. So put the word call in the chat or direct message me, and that's it. Towards your potential and power. Thank you for your time and your attention. If you have questions, put them in the chat. Type call in the chat if you want to learn more. There's no coincidence. Or maybe it is a coincidence. 2 incidences coming together as to why you're looking at this. And we're serious about your growth. That's what the word Zayd means. But I can't be more serious than you are. You know, life is short. Our time is limited. And if you know what I'm talking about, then we look forward to speaking with you to see if, in fact, we are fit for each other and see if we can support you. And if we can't, then we'll look for some resource somewhere else that we might have access to that can support you. We thank you. We love you. God continue to bless you. Dr. Z out. Peace.